To practice Atma-vichara, to practice Dhyana and Samadhi, is to break through the lower tattvas, the lower layers of consciousness, the lower shells. When the experience comes, three lights appear before the clear light: an increasing white void light, opening void awareness; an increasing red light, then a black light. White light is the opening. Red light is the increase. Black light is the pre-achievement. And for the first 12 years, what must a disciple do? Practice Kundalini yoga. Purify the channels and chakras. Restore your prana and bring it to a human state. Seal all the leaks and open the constricted channels.
I alone am the peace of nature. I alone am all-encompassingness itself. I alone am pure AM-ness. I alone am true eternity. I alone am the nature in all forms. I alone am beyond forms. I alone am continuous AM-ness. I alone am the cause of everything.
And here in Shaiva tradition and Advaita Vedanta, a layer of awareness called I Am is distinguished. This layer of awareness, if you study the teaching of the 36 Tattvas, which Tattva does it actually belong to? Yes, the second Tattva. Right here in this chapter, it specifically says, raise your consciousness in meditation, break through to the second Tattva, and you will understand where realization begins. Break through the concepts. The first Tattva is the pure I. The second Tattva is pure I Am-ness. To practice Atma-vichara, to practice Dhyana and Samadhi, is to break through the lower tattvas, the lower layers of consciousness, the lower shells, to the second Tattva. If we are at the 15th or 16th Tattva, or even the 14th, that is Manas Tattva, Ahamkara Tattva, or Buddhi-tattva, it is indeed a leap. One must leap 12 or 13 tattvas up. One must break through into higher states. If our mind abides at the Manas Tattva, we think conceptually. We are the mind. We are the automatic mind. Even the ego is not yet properly formed. If our mind abides at the Ahamkara Tattva, we are the ego, a personality with its own personal boundaries. But the intuitive mind, it hasn't really been revealed within us yet. In Buddhi-tattva, if our attention is focused, we are already in an intuitive state. Our creative intelligence, intuitive intelligence are developed. Our moral intelligence is developed. We get a kind of semblance of a witnessing consciousness, and our consciousness is deeper. This is Buddhi-tattva. Our Buddhi is developed. This is already the mind of such a philosopher, the potential of a jnani. If we reside at the level of Purusha-tattva, our meditative experience allows us to perceive the subtle body, or rather, Prakriti-tattva allows us to perceive the subtle body and see the Gunas with the subtle body. Here is white light, black light, red light. When the experience comes, three lights appear before the clear light: an increasing white void light, opening void awareness; an increasing red light, then a black light. This is the experience of the three gunas. It is believed that whoever has experienced the three gunas in Dhyana, they achieve some sort of an initial achievement of the stage of Raja Yoga, Raja Yoga Dhyana, Raja Yoga Samadhi. This means he has approached Prakriti-tattva. He can see the structure of the universe, what all the material energy of the world is made of. All the energies of the world consist of these three colors, the original three gunas, and he experiences these three gunas in samadhi. White light is the opening. Red light is the increase. Black light is the pre-achievement. He perceives Prakriti-tattva with subtle vision. This means he has grasped the secret of the matter of this world. This is how Prakriti-tattva is seen in samadhi. He reached such a subtle level where all material elements, tanmatras, panchabhutas, karmendriyas, jnanendriyas, they are formed from this level. The seeds of all this originate there. If a person meditated and in dhyana, samadhi rose even higher into Purusha-tattva, he realizes the clear light. This is where the awareness of the clear light begins, but it's not deep yet. It has its own depth, but he already realizes, I am Shiva. But limitations still remain within him. He cannot yet break the kanchukas, the discrete perception of time. He has not yet overcome his karma in the form of desires. He does not yet possess omniscience, but he has broken through into a personal understanding of the non-duality of the clear light. This is the realization of Purusha-tattva. And so, consciousness ascends from tattva to tattva, breaks through the kanchukas, breaks through the sixth maya tattva, and begins to enter the pure tattvas and the pure tattvas. This is the causal body, the causal world, and going beyond the causal body and the causal world. A breakthrough to the most fundamental level of the primordial clear light. If at the level of Purusha-tattva, this primordial clear light is still perceived dually through the subtle body, then the higher consciousness rises. The more refined this pure light becomes, the fewer dualistic, even the subtlest dualistic notions remain.
Only I am the essence in all forms. Only I am beyond all forms. Only I am the continuous am-ness. Only I am the cause of everything. Only I am this entire world. And specifically, this thing as well. Only I am the exaltation of am-ness. Only I am grants freedom.
So, isolating the I am-ness is the key to understanding Advaita and Shaivism. Of course, we first need to cleanse ourselves. And for the first 12 years, what must a disciple do? Practice Kundalini yoga. Purify the channels and chakras. Restore your prana and bring it to a human state. Seal all the leaks and open the constricted channels. In short, purify the fallen apanavayu, the blocked chakras in the knees, also svadhisthana, anahata, and manipura. Untie the Brahma Granthi, Vishnu Granthi, and Rudra Granthi. Basically, there is enough work for 12 years. Practice Raja Yoga. Perform dhyanas and learn concentration. Realize 4 dhyanas with form and the 4 formless dhyanas. We will talk about them later. Discipline the mind and develop concentration. Engage in bhakti yoga, upasana, worship, and daily nitya sadhana. Purify the mind, saturate it with sattva. Replace old worldly images with divine ones. Master the philosophy. Purify yourself of kleshas. Develop patience and humility to become an adhikari. This is what Sri Shankaracharya speaks of in Sadhana Chatushtaya, the Fourfold preparation. Develop viveka. Develop detachment. Detachment is needed by both monks and laypeople. It is not that monks get detachment while laypeople live a wild life. Vairagya is needed by everyone. Monks detach by living in an ashram according to their 11 vows. Laypeople, or karma sannyasis, detach while living at home, at work, and in the family, following their 8 or 5 vows. But renunciation is necessary for everyone. Without a stance of detachment from the world, it's impossible to walk the path of moksha dharma. It wouldn't be moksha dharma. And so, positive detachment and renunciation are very important to understand for one's status. Developing mumukshutva, the yearning for liberation, redirecting the mind and subtle body toward moksha, And the qualities of a sadhu, Shatka-Sampatti, this is classic. This is something you must know, like your ABCs, like the alphabet, as something fundamental. Sadhana Chatushtaya. It's described in many Upanishads and later treatises. It was given by Shankaracharya in the Viveka-Chudamani. Viveka, Vairagya, Mumukshutva, and Shatka-Sampatti. That is Shama, Dhamma, Uparti, Titiksha, Shraddha, and Samadhana. Calming the mind, discipline of the senses, detachment from desires, from worldly desires, patience, faith, and meditative stability. This is the foundation a yogi must build in order to isolate I am-ness. And so, when viveka develops, and discipline develops, and detachment develops, and we experience dhyanas by practicing dhyana and dharana, we will begin to isolate this sense of I am that Nadaga speaks of. If that doesn't happen, the sense of I am, sometimes it will be there, sometimes it won't, because viveka will be insufficient. And we'll listen to profound texts and high teachings, but we won't feel that they're helping us in life. Because if a yogi practices well, he has no problems, no petty questions. He might have some deep questions about the teaching, but no everyday questions. Because what? They're all resolved through practice. So questions like, how do I not get angry at my neighbor? Well, they just don't exist. Well, because practice settles all those questions. It means we've prepared ourselves well. We've developed all the necessary qualities. And then, what we're doing, the teaching of Anuttara Tantra, it's about isolating I am awareness, and we try to soar on this subtlest, highest layer of consciousness. Then we begin to understand what Rishi Nadaga was talking about, and we start to succeed. And isolating I am awareness is already an achievement in itself of the second dhyana. Actually, not the second dhyana, but the second bhumi. And the key to reaching the second bhumi is the dhyanas. If you haven't managed to isolate I am awareness through Atma Vichara, through direct introduction via Anuttara Tantra or Mantra Yoga, then Raja Yoga is a direct, very simple way to isolate I am awareness. And you must practice the dhyanas until your viveka is developed to such an extent that the I am awareness can be easily discerned, always, without any doubt.
I am only pure, absolute awareness. I am only the fullness of consciousness. I am only pure, absolute awareness. I am only the core of everything.
Many people speak about awareness, but few have established themselves in it, and few reach the depths. So it's such a popular trend, even in these non-traditional channels and yoga literature. People talk a lot about awareness. They say, let's go to Bali and become mindful. Let's fly there and go for a swim while we're at it. In other words, being mindful is trendy. But only saints, only sadhus, truly realize themselves. Because without walking the path of dhyanas, or the path of Kundalini yoga, or the path of purification of bhakti yoga or jhana yoga, it's impossible to approach the depths of awareness. And so all practitioners, without going through this training, they remain at a level of awareness, well, somewhere between the first and second bhumi, roughly like that. Because discerning the I am awareness and establishing oneself in it is a profound thing, not such a simple thing. And in this regard, there is training in dhyanas. Patanjali's Yoga Sutra says, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, these three constitute the triad of samyama. And there is the Buddhist tradition, the Visuddhimarga text. Visuddhimarga, Madhyama Nikaya, well, these are related traditions. The Buddhist one, I believe, stems from the Hindu one, because Hinduism is a much older tradition. After all, Buddhism emerged from the Indian tradition. Before the Buddha, there was no Buddhism. It's not like the Buddha came and headed Buddhism while Buddhism already existed. The Buddha was a Hindu, an Indian sannyasin, and when his disciples began to continue his lineage, it was called Buddhism. There it is. And these are two traditions that describe dhyana. They have slightly different academic, philosophical interpretations, but practically they are the same thing.